by looking at the general market performance, we're seeing a bit of a swing there. Yesterday it was down 25 points. Today it's up 27 points. What's happening, and where do you see the 20-share index going as the week reaches its center?
I believe the market is trying to find its definite position because key factors that are actually making it go up and about like a pendulum. We're looking at the availability of stocks, the aspects of supply and demand. We're looking at the current affairs, how the issue for the new constitution is actually going. And then the biggest issue is actually the interest of foreign investors into various stocks. We're looking at Safaricom, we're looking at TPS Arena, we're looking at Kenya Commercial Bank. So these are the issues actually that are pulling the market back and forth.
Okay, one of the stocks that was pulling the market up today is Jubilee. 24% up profit before tax. The revenues have hit 1 billion shillings for the first time. How did the share price, react to this, and how do you see the performance going forward?
Jubilee stock has its performance has been impressive, given the fact that the country is actually enjoying more penetration of insurance services. And looking at the stock, the fact that it's gone up is because one, Jubilee is a closely held stock. So the aspects of supply and demand actually come into question. And when you see, when it's posted impressive results, you definitely, the demand for it will go up, but the supply will actually be limited. So these are the things that one actually needs to look into to be able to understand the true value or the true movement of a particular stock. But going forward, I believe it's a good stock to watch, and you've had money, I'll get into it.
Okay. The insurance sector on a general level, in 2008-2009, it suffered quite a bit. That was due to the post-election crisis and some of the effects of the global financial crisis as well. 2010, does it look rosy for the insurance sector?
I believe 2008-2009, the biggest challenge was the aspect of management, corruption and embezzlement in the insurance sector, and the PEV issues. But I believe 2010 has seen that the government has actually stepped in through the Ministry of Finance and the relevant stakeholders to actually streamline the sector. We've seen that there's been an uptake of at least 7% into the population taking insurance services. So you're seeing 2010 as a positive growth for the sector, and companies that were actually under, like for example, Invesco actually coming up. So the question is, will issues of management be sustained? Will the government be more vigilant? Things like that.
Talking about growth sectors, tourism seems to be picking up. Finally, TPS Arena results out today also. That's up 58% profit before tax. Perhaps in reflection to the growth we've also seen in the tourism industry, reports came out saying international arrivals grew by 30% last year. What's your analysis of the performance of TPS Arena, and going forward, is that a stock that you'll be looking at?
Yes, one, because it's a key listed stock targeting the tourism sector. Two, given the fact that Africa, and the next 2 months actually, we're seeing the World Cup will be happening, and Kenya being a key economic hub in the Eastern Central Africa region, many people actually looking to see what business opportunities are in Kenya before they go to South Africa to watch FIFA 2010. So you're seeing that Serena, there's increased international travelers coming to the country, at least between 27 to 30%. We're seeing that relevant stakeholders like Kenya Airways, for example, increasing African routes to be able to bring in more people, and we're hoping that more business is actually going to happen in terms of conferences, in terms of private fund managers and private equity firms coming to the country to scout for proper investments.
Mm-hmm. And there's also been talk of diversification into conference tourism, sports tourism. Do you think these are positive things happening within the tourism industry, and has the effort been consistent enough to attract tourism towards the diversified sectors?
I believe so, because when you look at how for example, sports tourism in the country is, our country is really doing very well. Look at rugby, for example. Look at athletics. We're performing excellently. Mm-hmm. So I believe investors are interested in actually tapping the talent that we have here. And the tourism sector, as long as we've got good management and we've got support from the government and relevant stakeholders, I believe 2010 is a positive, it's a good year for the tourism sector.
Okay, let's turn our attention to Centum. It looks like the market is reacting positively to the news of a sell-off of a 10% stake in Rift Valley Railways. That's valued at about $4.5 million US. What's your take on Centum's decision, and what's your outlook of what this news is going to have on that stock going forward?
When Centum did rebrand from ICDC to Centum, actually, it did take a while for it to actually find its market direction in terms of investments and where it was actually going. And I believe the bid to, the bid to sell out of the Rift Valley Railways issues, because I think it's one the aspect of re-strategizing, because I believe this issue has taken too long to take off the ground. There's too much. There's been a lot of politics into it, a lot of people coming in and going out, and I think for an investment company, it comes a time when you have to make a decision. Now you're part of a deal that's going to be positive, or you pull out before you actually lose money. And I believe the market is responding positively, because this was a major investment. And for them to pull out means that the company has decided to actually diversify into other sectors and leave this kind of business alone.
Okay, so what does this mean about Rift Valley Railways? You know, there's been Trans-Century, the Citadel, and these are investment firms that, have been quite active in terms of saying, we want the stake, we can run the Rift Valley Railway better.
I believe now, as of last week, I believe proper money has been put in. A Citadel group has come in with expertise, and I believe Trans-Century group has come in with the money. So I believe if these two things are put together and well, synchronized, I believe the deal can take off, and you can see now proper development and infrastructure improvement in the sector.